Hi, hello. Princess Yggdra bore the Grand Centurio and fought to recapture Castle Paltina. We'll never fight alone. Yeah. So, this is... Actually, before I even say what game this is, hi, hello. My name is no longer JGeorgeVGM. And my name is no longer Jeremiah, but who was calling me that anyway? If y'all been calling me Jerry, then that's the way it should be. Changed my name. Legally, not yet. That's in the works. But I've done like the online launch, I guess, of my new name. My new name is now Jericho, not Jeremiah. Jericho George. And I've always hated my name, Jeremiah, since I was in college, so about 15 years. So yeah, I've always wanted to sort of like change it, and I've always really liked the name Jericho, and it kind of works because Jerry is still works for short for Jericho, so nothing changes if you've been calling me Jerry. It's fine, it works. And then also I've changed my username across the board from JGeorgeVGM to Jericho, because how I came about with JGeorgeVGM is that when I was younger, my username used to be McTricky, and then I was like, oh, I no longer like that name, so I changed it, but I didn't know what to change it to, and so I was just like, fuck it, just the first letter of my first name and my last name, and then VGM because I do video game music, right? Call it a day. Used that for a few years, and it got to the point where people were calling me George, and that's annoying, and I don't like being called George. Even though it's my surname, I don't like being called it, if that makes sense. So I was like, yeah, this is like a bad design on my part. So when I decided that I wanted to change my name to Jericho, I was like, okay, I need to come up with a new username too. And I was like, oh, what could I do? I wanted to incorporate the goggles into the name, but it's very hard to come up with a name that included both my name, Jerry, and then goggles in. I was like, I'm not quite sure. So when I came up with Jericho, I was like, okay, let's try a music angle. And after 3 double rums and 2 tequilas, I came up with Jerry chords. Because Jerry chords, Jericho plus chords equals Jerry chords. Get it? Because Jericho is now my name, and chords are a music thing, and I do music stuff. I make music, so it's perfect. Jerry chords, hell yeah. So that's the name I will be going by from now on. And with that out of the way, I'm sorry to hear that you are sick again, Leafus. You're not in school. Are you in school? Do you need to go to school tomorrow? Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you shouldn't go to school if you are, unless you are like in your bed dying. Also, let's talk about this game that I'm playing. Where is it? So this is Yggdra Union. Drysang says that this is nostalgic. Yes, because I streamed this about 3 years ago. But I never finished it. I've never finished this game, actually, ever. It's my favorite game I've never finished. And so when I was playing it before, I was streaming it on a PSP. Like on a PSP emulator. And I could have done that this time, except working with emulators is a bit too finicky sometimes. And since I last streamed this game, it came out on both the Switch and PC. And I was like, no way! And the Switch and PC versions got some interesting new features that I want to sort of try out. And I think, it'll just be easier to just play the PC version. And the what's something I want to say? Oh god. Oh, it's gone from my mind. Basically I was like, okay, I can either play the PSP version or the emulator version that I've got already, or spend 20 quid to buy the PC version. So I've literally bought this like an hour ago to play today for you guys. And because I spent money on it, I am furthermore inclined to beat the game. So here we are. Let's go look at the settings. So you can change the sound of the BGM. So I've been a fan of this game since the Game Boy Advance. I played it on the Game Boy Advance when it first came out. Again, never finished this game, but oh man, this is nostalgic. the way the GBA soundtrack was. But we're gonna play with the default. We're gonna play with English voice acting because, you know, in case you've got me tabbed, there's a good amount of voice acting in this game actually. So in case you've got me minimized, yeah, like there's not a whole lot of voice acting I'll have to do, or reading out loud that I'll have to do, which is good. The game is not in full screen, and I can change that easily. It doesn't affect what you guys see. However, the resolution of the game has not changed. So me putting it on full screen on this 2K 27-inch monitor is a bit much for me, maybe, but we'll see. Finish the game in one sitting? No, there's no way. The stream won't even be that long because at midnight, which is in about 2.5 hours, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming. Will be available to play in the UK at least. Therefore, I'm gonna swap over to FF7. Maybe not immediately. Maybe not immediately when it hits midnight, but maybe like around 1. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming FF7 Rebirth like in its entirety. I might do 1 or 2 streams, but yeah. Took off work to play all weekend. So annoyingly, I took off the week and then I retracted it because actually I was like, I need money. So I've got tomorrow off because technically it's out tomorrow for me or for everyone. But yeah, but then I'm booked in for work on Friday, Saturday, so I haven't got the weekend to play it annoyingly. So that's rough. But anyway, I think we should get on with this game. So I'm going to be doing a lot of explaining. People who are around, I think so far whoever's in chat right now I think the only person who was around when I played this before was Drysang. So Drysang will remember how this game works. Yggdra Union was actually pretty large, if I recall correctly. Yes, it was. Sorry. The game is actually pretty complex. Complex and also weird. So weird that I'm actually going to bring up a guide, and the guide is not so I can like play the game. It is so that I can get all the treasures, because getting the treasures is kind of a guide, dang it, and kind of stupid. Hold on. Because if you basically, it's like the maps are on actually, you know, I'll explain it when I play the game. But anyway, I'm getting up a guide because it's stupid. It's not to help me get through the game or to do any of the battles. It's purely for the treasures. I did this last time as well. Which one was the one I used? I think it was this one. Sure was. Okay, cool. I have the game on Steam now as well now. Nice. Right, so we've got difficulty. Now the originals never had difficulty before, but this version does. So easy is you enjoy the game casually. Restricted mode. No undo function, no autosave. I'll piss off of that. Yeah, so you got easy mode. Normal mode is what the PSP version was, because basically the original GBA version was stupid hard. It was so hard that it was very easy to soft lock yourself as far as progress goes, because your units weren't strong enough to defeat the enemies and go ahead with the story. And there's no free battle. There's no way to grind in this game. You just go. So if you like Fire Emblem without the free battle, then this game is actually really good. So hard mode basically emulates what the GBA version was, and then they toned down the difficulty for the PSP version, which is normal. And then you got easy, I guess, which is exclusive to the Switch and PC versions. We're gonna go for normal. The Kingdom of Fantasia, located in the center of the continental world. Times of peace and prosperity continued for many years under the Holy Sword and the Wise King, but this was not meant to last forever. The end came so suddenly.
During the rule of Ordine, 31st monarch of Fantasia, the new Bronchian Empire invaded. The royal army mustered its cavalry to resist the incursion, but with loss after loss to the imperial army's devastating offensive, the fortress of Corona fell. Nothing could stop Bronchia from sacking the royal capital of Paltina. Golkasa, the Emperor of Carnage, had deposed his predecessor by force and became the new Emperor of Bronchia. Emperor Golkasa led his elite troops personally into Castle Paltina, where after an earth-shaking battle, he slew King Ordine. With that, Paltina fell, and the Scarlet Imperial flag was raised to flutter in the twilight sky.
So the setup is, classic empire takes over the kingdom. To answer Drysang's question, chapter 1, the fugitive bearing hope. To answer Drysang's question, is Gloria Union on Steam? No, it is not. Neither is Blaze Union. So the Union series is pretty weird because the Union series has Yggdra Union, it has Blaze Union, and it has Gloria Union. So Blaze Union is a prequel to Yggdra Union, but it's the second game in the series. And then Gloria Union is the third game in the series, but I think it's meant to be like an AU, like an alternate universe.
At the southernmost tip of the continent is the land of Norn Valley.
I don't know how to pause this.
Although this barren land of rocky mountains and red earth is Fantazinia Kingdom territory, it has become a haunt for thieves. Through this wasteland runs a girl, kicking up a cloud of dust as she flees.
But Blaze Union and Yggdra Union, so Blaze Union and Gloria Union were never released outside of Japan. So Yggdra Union's the only game that's been out in English since Day Dot. Blaze Union came out on PSP. There is there's not a translation patch, but there is like there is a translation guide online that exists somewhere for all the dialogue. And I think I said way back when that I wanted to play Blaze Union on the PSP emulator and try and go through it with the translation guide. We'll see if that's possible, but I'm not going to think about that until I beat this game. And then Gloria Union, as far as I'm aware, has no translation patch or anything like that. And the thing is, Blaze Union and Gloria Union are out on the Switch right now in Japan. We're just hoping it gets picked up we're hoping this PC and Switch version does well enough for them to necessitate a localization, but I don't think it'll happen. If it does happen, I don't think we'll get a voice acted one, like an English voice acting, which is fine. That's completely fine. But I would love a translation. And yes, an alternate universe where Yggdra has a minigun. Yes.
A dead end.
Can I auto? Oh, there's an auto feature.
You can't have gone far. Keep your eyes peeled.
Wait, hold on.
A dead end.
You can't have gone far.
Oh, this is new. The log.
Oh, that's...
I can just swap like that? I don't think you understand.
Perhaps I could hide here.
And if I press square, and if I press square again,
Perhaps I could hide here.
that's crazy. I don't think you understand how cracked that is.
Perhaps I could...
Didn't I see her run this way?
That's cracked.
What's wrong?
You can swap between the English and Japanese on the fly.
We lost her trail around here.
On the fly, guys.
Are there any likely hiding places nearby?
Anyway, auto mode is brilliant.
Fortress there. All All right, torch the place. We'll smoke her out.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, I know that VA. Yep, that's Laura Platt
It's a question
voicing
less painful.
this woman.
Fire or my sword.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Huh? Who are you?
That's exactly what I was gonna ask about you.
It's the thieves that infest this dump.
Are they allied with the scum who attacked us?
You've got some nerve burning down our home! We'll show you what we do to anyone who messes with us!
I forgot that Milano's voice in Japanese is that a fair bit younger sounding.
Do to anyone who messes with us!
For example, where is Silverhaired Boy? So
That's exactly what I was gonna ask about you.
yeah, very young. Right, defeat all enemies. If Milano dies, you lose. If you use up all your cards, you lose. Wait, there's cards in this game? Yes, there is. And how cards in this game work is kind of interesting. Alright, hold on. I turn tutorials off. Right, so this is the character select screen. After every at the start of every sort of fight, you get to choose your characters. This menu, bear with me because I'm trying to remember how this works. This menu, you can choose your characters. You can see their morale, which is basically their health. So I can see that Milano and Flunky are both required. If I press right, I can basically recover people's morale with items that I've got, but I don't have any items, so that's fine. And if I go to the left, I can swap everyone's weapons as well, but more on that when I actually get round to it. L shows the status. Oh yeah, I can see the status screens of everyone. There is values. You've got Gen, Attack, Tech, and Luck. More on those when I get onto them. And we can see the map, what the map looks like. I know where one of the items are. Right. How do I go? How do I start? Oh, I'm pressing X. It says X to confirm because I'm using a PlayStation controller. I'm being dumb. Right, so now this is where we choose our cards. Select 5 cards are selectable, and we only have 5 cards anyway, so we're just gonna do that and go ahead.
What can a bunch of petty thieves do?
You'll eat those words.
Right, let's get him. Oh, we're gonna skip the tutorial. I'll tutorialize this. So, we have here 5 cards. We've got Steal, Mind Change, Mirage, Rockfall, and Refreshment. Leafus, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. That's fine. You take care and get some rest. Hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel better soon. Each of these cards have their own power level attached to them, but that's not so much important. But basically, each time you use one of these cards, their power goes up, and each card has a movement value. These movement values basically tell you how many squares you can move with this card, and this movement value is shared across your entire team, not just a character. So I've got obviously Milano and Flunky with me, so that these 12 moves are shared between the two. For example, I've got 3 on Refreshment, so that those 3 movement steps are shared between my 2 characters. It's kind of crazy. Each of these cards have powers. So the names of the cards are actually the powers, but we don't unlock those until later in the game, so we're not going to worry about that now. For now, I am just going to choose Steal. New formations. Okay. What does this do? Okay. What does this do? Okay. What does this do? What? What? Is that a rewind function? Oh, that's valuable. Okay. I should note, right, that so if you see, look at the bottom left, it says 12 to 12. If I move, 11, 10, 9. That's how much space I've got. Now, backtracking also costs movement space. So if I go back, I'm still using up movement space. So you have to be very deliberate with where you move your characters. You need to know where you're going to move them. And if you do need to backtrack, it's better to just cancel the movement entirely and start again. So I know I'm going to go to this tile here because there's an item there. And to get the item, you have to land on the item. You have to use up the movement spot space to stop there. Hairband. Okay. What's my... Oh, did I not fill up my water bottle? I did not. I'll sort that out later. I'm gonna move Melanor here. This is gonna talk about the bottle of water. Yeah. This is basically saying, hey, if you press square, you'll start a fight. But I'm gonna move Flunky over here. So when you're next to an enemy and you press square or X, whichever, you'll start to form a union. You'll basically be able to see who you're up against and any other details that you need to know about. Hey Fonz, how you doing? So it's kind of like Fire Emblem-ish. So, conditions for winning. When the number of members on either side reaches 0, the battle ends. Right? So, Melanor is your character, but he has a group of his own gang. And you go in, and you charge, and you go smash! Right? The attacking team will start with the initial charge, and then they will counterattack. Defending unit will then counterattack. After that, hand-to-hand combat will begin. And there's no buttons you need to press, you just need to watch them fight. Right, which might sound very boring, but there is a couple of things you can do which isn't unlocked until a little bit later to help influence how the fight goes. So battle affinity. Damage dealt is determined by affinity. There are 9 levels. So let me move my camera real quick. So going from advantageous to disadvantageous, words are hard. Got red star, yellow circle, green neutral, blue triangle, grey triangle, X. Basically, the brighter the color, the more red the color, and you can see down there, I'm currently a yellow circle. The more advantageous you are in the fight, basically the chances of you winning is higher. This is determined by so many things. It's determined by your attack stat, your defense stat. It's determined by there's a weapon triangle system. There's a very complex weapon triangle system in place as well, or class system, so to speak, that determines how advantageous you'd be in a fight. It's not, how do I put it? It's not guaranteed and it's not absolute. I've been yellow star and they've been triangle, and I've still lost some fights. But it is a very good indicator of how the fight's going to go. Even if, like I said, even if your affinity is good, other factors can still put you at a disadvantage. You cannot control combat directly, but later in the game you can. You'll be able to change tactics and use skill cards. So I can just watch them fight. Oh, that's new. I wonder if you guys can see it. The losing unit's morale will decrease based on the result of the battle. So their health will go down based on how hard you kick their ass in that fight. If you barely won the fight, then their morale will go down just by a little bit. But if you fucking kick their ass, then they're gone, basically. A unit's morale will decrease when they lose in battle. The unit will disappear from the map if it reaches 0. Be careful because the loss of certain characters may end your game. And when you win a fight, the power of the card that you're using goes up too. Which deals basically more morale damage to the enemy. What's new? Oh, so at the bottom, I'll show you in the next fight. What's this tutorializing now? We won. Can only battle once per turn. Yeah. Okay, cool. I move him there. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Nope. Wow. You can just rewind. So I can rewind to before the battle I just did. Let's end the turn. Oh, okay. You're not biting. Alright, we'll go for mind change. I forget, our male's formation X or T? So it's X formation and plus formation. This is stuff that we won't know until later on in the game. But to answer your question real quick, males are plus, no wait. Males are cross, yeah. And women are plus, yeah. There we go. So at the very bottom, right below the names, yeah, you can just about see it. There's a health bar by our characters' faces, which was never there before. And now you can see how close you are to dying. So basically how these fights work is that you're basically fighting each other and you're taking out the gang members, the team members, until it is just the head of the team. And then once it's only the head of the team in the fight, then that person's health goes down. But in the prior version of the game, in the PSP version and DBA version, it was just a guess as to who's going to die first. Especially when it came down to a one-on-one. It's like, oh, who's going to die first? I don't know. I don't know what the values are. Now there's an actual health bar at the bottom where their faces are. My border's kind of covering it a little bit. So I'm wondering actually. It might be an idea to sort that out. I could either sort that out by just removing the border entirely, but I don't like that. So what I'll do, I'll just shrink the box. Just a wee bit. That'll do. Right. We're done. So I think she's gonna probably kick my ass. We're playing as Flunky? Yeah.
Be ready.
What are you doing?
Oh, she's kicking my ass. Just about kicking my ass. And she's gonna win? Wait, no. I won. Just about. This Flunky doesn't gain any XP. Oh, so that was kind of a waste. But it's fine. What's more powerful? Mirage. So, move him there, move him there. Come on, I'll show you a real fight. Such impertinence. And move you there. So so you can speed up the fights by pressing R, so it's faster slightly. Now one of the new functions is that you can actually change how fast the battles go when you're in speed up mode. So that speeds things up really well. But I'm gonna slow it down the next time I get into a fight, just so y'all can see like how the fights are meant to go properly.
What do you think of that, huh?
They're stronger than we thought. Accursed thief! Withdraw the troops! We're pulling out!
We're pulling out! So Millenor got MVP because he had the winning turn. Whoever gets the winning turn in a fight, in like a battle, you know, a map, so to speak, kind of matters, because they will then get like I don't know if it's random or if it's predetermined per map. They will get a stat bonus if they get the MVP, which means that they are getting stronger, basically a bit faster than usual. Now, for example, when you're playing normally, you don't notice. Usually, Millenor's going to be your winning turn because he's actually sort of insanely powerful for no reason. And ooh, nice. Ooh, nice. New card. What's it called? Oh, Valkyrie of the Doomed Rebellion. In the depths of despair, sing us to victory. I think this is called Revolution, rather. And because Millenor gets so strong, he ends up being the one winning all your fights, and therefore keeps on getting MVP and MVP and MVP, and it just snowballs into Millenor being a powerhouse.
Hmm? Hey, you in there! I know you're hiding in there. It's safe to come out now. You're a pretty one. What are you doing here?
Isn't she a survivor from Castle Paltina?
What? So, those guys were from Bronchia's army?
Please, I have nowhere else to turn. I need your help to defeat the Empire.
Please help me defeat the Empire.
Won't come cheap. I'll think about it if you give me that sword of yours.
This sword is precious to me. I'll not part with it.
I'm gonna
give you anything else. Name your price.
Anything? Oh, that's a lot to offer.
I'm gonna see if I can raise the volume of the voices. They're kind of quiet.
You have my word as royalty.
All right. How about your castle? We need a new base, you see.
Very well.
You can have my castle. That is fine.
We'll just have to steal it back from them, won't we?
No negotiations.
Even if the fort was still standing.
We've already picked a fight with the Empire, after all.
Then, begging your pardon, Mr.
Millenor's the name. You've got a deal, princess.
Thank you.
Also, Millenor's kind of based, actually. He's actually kind of a cool character.
Is that sword all you've got to defend yourself? You don't have anything else?
Well, I have these.
Hey, cards! These'll help.
This is the 1st Cavalry's. The other is from the 2nd Cavalry. They are from the knights who gave their lives for me.
And we'll make use of these against Bronchia. It'll put their souls to rest.
Yes, I believe so too. I hear these cards hold an ancient power within them.
But we will not be able to use them for quite some time.
With them, can I make all of our wishes a reality?
That's right.
So we've got another set of cards, Banish and Sanctuary. We can't make use of their powers just yet, but how many save files? 30, okay. Next map. What is that? What is this? How did I get here? Oh, that's so weird. Pushing the right stick left opens that. Oh, interesting. Oh man, this can tell you how to play the game entirely. But yeah, oh well.
Melanor and his men were able to drive off the invaders who attacked their fort. In the process, they saved the ousted Princess Yggdra from the Imperial army, ensuring that from then on, their steps would be constantly hounded by the Imperial forces. Melanor left the burnt husk of a fort and
I'm going to let this go.
Plains, where the royal cavalry supposedly waited.
Oh, that does not pause it.
At the jaws of the wolf,
I'm going to go
in the Orlando Plains, mercenaries working for the
some water
Empire
real quick.
lay in wait for Melanor's gang of thieves.
Inzaghi! What a guy. Actually, I gotta make sure that the auto runs though. Jaws of the Wolf, Battlefield 2. Right, I'll be right back.
So your main force is at the Orlando Plains?
Yes. We tried using them as decoys to cover my escape, but it seems the Imperial army saw through our ruse.
So they took out your guards and left you defenseless? You do stand out. I doubt they were fooled for a minute.
I see. Well, meeting up with the main army will help.
It'll be faster if we take the Jaws of the Wolf.
Jaws of the Wolf?
It's a tough route. Not many people go through there. That's why they won't be expecting us to do it.
Commander, there's a force coming our way.
What? Oh, it's just the thieves we ran into yesterday. We're after a noblewoman and her troops. Not those dirty vagabonds. Forget them. You want another ass whooping like yesterday?
But the ones following our girl were beaten by thieves.
Maybe they kidnapped the princess for the reward. Fine then. I'm still sore from last time. But I guess we gotta do it. All right, let's introduce ourselves. Don't let them get away.
Kidnapping the princess for the reward is a very strange way to say that. Okay, defeat Inzaghi. I need to find out if there are any items I can get. Yes, there is. There is an item to be found where that village is, but I need to go there with Melanor. So I have Yggdra in the team. She's level 1. I have items now. So you can see here. This game is actually really complicated. It's very hard to explain. But basically, you can get certain items or equipment that you can consume in whatever way possible. How do I put this? You can consume them to gain morale. But how much morale an item gives you depends on the character consuming it. So for Yggdra right now, a hairband will give consuming the hairband will give her 4,000 morale, which is more than she ever needs. Iron Choker will also give her 4,000. But if I was Melanor, neither the hairband or Iron Choker are of any use to him to consume to gain morale. And this is why finding items is kind of important. Finding items on the battlefield is kind of important. But you kind of have to know where they are. But I can also equip these items too. So right now, Yggdra has an item called Silk Corset. And if I press this, should be a way for me to find out what it does. Okay, it's not telling me how. what it does, but I know what it does. So the Silk Core set, basically, if you look at the of the 2 boxes on the right, if you look at the bottom one, it shows you the unit's sort of like advantages and disadvantages in general. So Yggdra is good against golems. She's good fighting on fort ground. So like if she's in a fort, basically there are like geographical tiles that change depending on where you are. She nulls any light damage. So that green star is actually light or holy damage. She nulls or voids any light damage, but she's really bad with dark damage. And the final sort of block counter thing, that space is usually for equipment abilities. So the Silk Core set is giving her the ability to block counters. And if you look at the bottom right where it says Silk Core set, the number next to it, 6, that's how many maps the equipment is available for until it goes away or until it breaks. So for the next 6 maps, I have Yggdra has block counter, which is pretty cool. Same for with what's his name? Millenor is Void Stone, whatever that means. He's good on wasteland maps. And then right now the Silver Moon gives him the ability to have no battle penalty. I forget what that means, actually. I don't know what battle penalty means. I think it's something to do with when you lose. If you lose, or if you die, I think it's when you die, you lose the EXP, all the EXP you had towards your next level. I think it's something like that. I might be talking out my ass. But it's something like that. Now, let's see. So for hairband and choker, only women can wear this. And you can see at the bottom where it says Gen, Attack, Tech, and Luck. These are basically the stats it gives you, were you to equip them. Each number, so +2, for example, each number gives you a small star on the right. So this Iron Choker has Gen +2, which means it will give me 2 small stars on the right towards my Gen. I don't know what Gen's meant to stand for, but I'm just gonna call it Gen for now. And obviously once you get all the small stars, so I think it is a total of about 10. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many fucking stars there are, but once you fill up the small stars, then you get 1 big star. And the big star is like what counts as an actual stat. Gen is your defense. So Gen is what you're going to be defending with when you're being attacked, when you're in a fight. It's also going to matter when you are being charged against. So if someone charges against you, your gen will determine how much damage you or your teammates will take on the initial charge. It would also defend you against counter attacks as well. So it's kind of important to build up your gen. Attack power is very straightforward. It's just your attack power, whether you're charging or you're just not in a normal fight. Your tech is most likely going to have to do with the skill power of your card abilities. So it's even though we're not using card abilities yet, it's very important to get that up as well. And then I don't know what luck is. I think luck is meant to be how often you get critical hits within fights or within charges. There's a chance that when you charge against an enemy, you will kill everyone in the team outright when you get a critical hit. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. There's a chance that you'll kill the head outright when you charge, when you do an initial charge, and then leaving the rest of the team to be like, our fucking leader's dead, what do we do? And it's like a free fight from then on, which is like, so Iron Choker evades criticals, and Hairband gives you instant charge. I don't know what that means. Okay. Right. Enough tutorializing. Let's play. We're going to use all of our cards here.